Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chapter 4, Lesson 5, How to Identify Proportional and Non-Proportional Relationships in a Graph. We've talked about non-proportional, proportional relationships in tables, and we've talked about equations. So we're going to talk about now in a graph. We have a table here, X and Y, candy bars sold compared to the money that's raised. What we're going to do is we're going to graph that. X-axis is down here. This is where the candy bars are going to be. This is the money raised. We're going to label our axes like we're always supposed to, and then graph this. So 2 candy bars is $4. So we go over to X, that's over to 4 on the X-axis, up to 8, 4 and 8, 6 and 12, 8 and 16. And we connect those with a straight line. And it should look, we're going to try and connect with a straight line, just like this. Is the relationship proportional, Y or Y not? In this case, it is proportional. Sorry about that. Get back there. All right. So this is a yes. And Y or Y not, all the ratios are equivalent in the table. Rough time this morning. We're also going to talk about a few other things. Graph the relationship on the grid, we just did this. What do you notice about the graph? It's a straight line, connected all by a straight line. And another piece is that it goes through 0, 0, which is right here. We call that the origin. So that is the characteristic of proportional relationships in graphs. They're straight line that goes through the origin. Number 2, Sarah also sold candy bars. Her results are shown in the table. Again, money received, candy bars on the X-axis. Graph this data. 2 candy bars, $3, 4 for 5, 8 for 9, 12 for 12. And when we try to graph this, I'm going to graph it backwards. We'll notice that it can't be connected with a straight line. They're off a little bit, and it does not go through the origin. What do you notice about the graph? Not a straight line. Not through the origin. So it's very different than the first one. Is this relationship proportional? No. There's no unit rate. Or I could say the ratios are not equivalent. These mean the same thing. If there's no unit rate, the ratios will not be equivalent. Number 3, graph the points from the table. So we have X is 2, Y is 3. X is 4, Y is 6. 8, 12. And 12, 14. And we will notice that we try to connect this with a straight line. It is pretty good, except one of them is not in line with the rest. So this is a no. 12, 14 is not in a straight line. So the first 3 are really good. And then the last one is not. So these ones here have ratios of X to Y, or Y over X, I should say, is 3 to 2, 3 to 2, 3 to 2, and then all of a sudden it's 7 to 6. So that's not good. This one right here makes it not proportional. Number 4, I want you to try that one and see what you think. The characteristics of graphs and proportional relationships. straight line going through the origin. So that's what all of them will look like if they are proportional.